I'm about to do something I have never done before, and that is talk directly to you. YouTube, people, friends. I've been uploading cover videos on YouTube since 2009, but I've never done one of these. What we're about to do, it's a Q&A. Maybe I'll put Q&A here, you know? Get all fancy. For a little backstory, in case you don't know, for the past 2.5 years, I've been streaming live on Twitch. I stream 3 nights a week usually. We have a great time over there. I talk to this camera all the time. I just have never talked to it when there's nobody there. This is so strange to me, but we're here. I'm gonna answer some questions. Luann's gonna sleep, and it's gonna be a good time. Okay, the first question is, what do you enjoy most about streaming music? That's a great question. Thank you for the softball for the first question. Is that what we say? I don't know anything about sports. What do I enjoy most? Okay, so one is that I get to interact with the audience live. There's kind of nothing like it. It's fantastic. It doesn't feel like a performance. It feels like we're all just hanging out, and we come up with a lot of fun inside jokes and strange mashup ideas and theme stream ideas. We just have a lot of fun together. So I absolutely love that. Also, because I started streaming during the pandemic, it was amazing to have a bunch of friends online that I could hang out with, especially at a time when it was pretty lonely, being trapped inside. The second thing I love is that I get to practice music all the time, and my community supports me, so I can keep buying more instruments and learning more instruments and getting better at looping and buying more software to help me then do the things that I want to do. It's really amazing. I'm always learning. I'm always growing. All right, that brings us to the next question. What is your favorite instrument either to play or listen to? Ooh. Okay, well, right now I'm learning guitar. I got a new electric guitar. I love it. And that's my current favorite just because I'm really... Or the bass. I'm learning that too. But also piano was my first instrument. I can't pick one. I can't pick one. Okay, this one comes from my Discord community. Also, come join my Discord community. It's super fun. You can make song suggestions there if you think there's a song I should learn. You'll find out about my schedule for live streaming, all my new original songs that I put out. I'll put a link for that in the description too, so you can come on over and join us. Anyways, the question is, what got you started in music? Well, my parents both play music, so I have been surrounded by music ever since I was a teeny tiny baby. And I remember my mom taking me to those Mommy and Me type singing classes when I was a kid. And then my parents put me in piano lessons, and I was in musical theater for a really long time. So I have just really been surrounded by music for as long as I can remember. Can you list all of the instruments you can play, even if some are not currently being used in your music? Don't forget the shaker. I would not forget the shaker. This is my shaker. It's a skull. I have another shaker. It's also a skull. I like these skull shakers. All right, let's try to name all the instruments I can play. Piano. Flute. I learned flute in junior high. Then I learned saxophone in junior high. Then I decided, because I went to a concert one time and heard an oboe, I decided I would also try to learn the oboe in junior high. That lasted 1 year. Now I'm learning guitar and bass. Let's say I play those. Okay. Shaker, tambourine. Look over here. These are my guiros. They're shaped like frogs. I have to show you, don't I? Okay, so I got this from a member of my Twitch community. It's called a frog guiro. It's a percussion instrument. I'm no expert, but I think this is what you do. Wow! Where were we? I think we were at 9. I can also play the recorder because I was once a child in elementary school. And I can play the Irish whistle. All of those wind instruments have pretty much the same fingering, so that was really helpful. Is that everything? I mean, it depends if you count the synth as a different instrument, but I love synths. I can play those. Next question. What is your favorite food dish? Impossible to choose. 2 of my favorite things are, 1, tacos. I love Mexican food. I love cheese. Also, I love Vietnamese food. You know, banh mi, the sandwiches, the Vietnamese sandwiches. Oh, so good. Is it easier to create stuff with others or on your own? Ooh, I think they both have pros and cons. I've done a lot of both. I used to mostly only do collaborations. I didn't love working on my own until the pandemic came along and I was forced to be on my own a lot, and I figured it out eventually, and I found things that I love about working on my own. So I would say the best things about collaborating with someone else, first of all, it's just nice to hang out with someone else, and maybe when you don't have an idea, they have an idea. And when they don't have an idea, you have an idea. So you can kind of keep things rolling a little bit more. Another thing I love about working with other people is that if I'm in a bit of a low mood, they can help pick me up, and vice versa. It's just nice to have that balance. Also, when you're working with other people, you get to mix your skills and talents with their skills and talents, and you just get more skills and talents. For example, I work with a really amazing lyricist. We've been writing together for probably 13 years now. It's my friend Akiva. We've written a bunch of musicals together and also a bunch of pop songs and standalone songs, and he's an incredible lyricist. He's just better than me. And I've learned a lot from him over the years, and I love that he gets to do the lyrics and I get to do the music, and I get to do what I'm really, really good at, and he gets to do what he's really good at, and then we get to put them together and then be goofy and have fun. When I'm writing by myself, I gotta do everything. There are some great things about working on my own, though, things that I've come to appreciate in the past few years. I can kind of work on my own timeline. There's nobody who I'm waiting for, but there's also nobody waiting for me. So for certain projects, that works well. When there's no deadline and it's just kind of a creative project that I'm working on that doesn't have to be done by any particular time, then it's really nice because I can, you know, sneak in a few hours. If I can't sleep one night, I'm not worried that I have to wake someone up. I think overall, it's really nice to have a balance, actually, of the two. It's nice to have things I work on my own and things I'm working on with other people. Next question. Outside of streaming, what does practice look like and how do you motivate yourself to do it? I should probably be practicing more than I do, but there's not enough hours in the day. So the stream actually does become my main source of practicing. What I love about my audience on Twitch is that they understand that I'm always growing and learning and practicing new things. They're not there for a polished performance, which is good because neither am I. I want to always be learning stuff. And if I don't take the chance to do something new and try new stuff, then I'm never going to grow and learn. But because I'm newer at guitar and bass, I do practice those outside of the stream because I want to be able to bring new things to the stream and progress at a rate that's a bit more exciting than just only on stream. So a few times a week, I sit down and practice for maybe 2 hours each time. Oh, and how do you motivate yourself to do it? At this point, I think I'm just still excited enough about those instruments that I want to practice them. I think a really important way to motivate yourself is to find practice tracks that you can play along with. I've found some really great ones here on YouTube. To all the people who make practice tracks and put them on YouTube, you're doing God's work. All right, next question is from Instagram again. What's a dream stream upgrade tech-wise? Ooh, I think the big dream one is probably an even more powerful computer. Especially because I'm running Ableton and I want it to be able to run as many loops as possible without having any problems. I might move to a 2-computer setup, one for the music production and one for streaming. And so I would upgrade to a better computer for at least one of those. What are the best beginner tips for Ableton Live besides practice? If you want to do it the way I did it, then I encourage you to just get in there and play around with it and learn as you go. I would just try to do something, and every time I ran into an issue, I would Google it. There's so much information out there. There's so many YouTube videos. I would go on YouTube looking to answer one question, and I would answer that question and then learn about 2 other things that I didn't know about. YouTube's a great resource for that. Oh, you awake? This is Luann. What is something you enjoy doing outside of making music and streaming? This is getting tough because making music and streaming are pretty much my whole life. But I like to go for long walks by the water. I promise I'm not trying to make this a video dating ad from 1995. But yeah, I love going for walks with my dog and just being in nature. I'm not much of a hiker, but I like walks on flat ground. I also dabble in watercolor painting and hand lettering and calligraphy, that kind of stuff. I love making crafts. I haven't made enough crafts lately. And my new hobby is that I just started gaming for the first time. We had a Nintendo when I was a kid, but other than that, I haven't played video games really ever. And I just got a Nintendo Switch and I'm enjoying it so far. It's nice to have something that's totally different from what I normally do and also not something that's on my phone or on the internet. Like I can just completely unplug from all of that and go play a game. I'm starting to see what the hubbub's all about. If you could learn a new instrument in any category, wind, string, etc., what would it be and why? Okay, I really want to learn how to play the harp. I've wanted to for so long. As soon as I'm settled down somewhere and I'm not moving around so much, I'm going to get a harp. I think my skills on piano should translate a bit to the harp. And also now that I've been playing guitar. But oh, look at Joanna Newsom. I just want to be Joanna Newsom. All right, let's do one more question. How do you deal with rejection? Nobody likes it. It's a part of life. If you're gonna put yourself out there, you're gonna get rejected. A friend of mine told me something about 10 years ago that changed the way I think about this kind of stuff. So I will tell you. You always have to be planting seeds because you never know which ones are gonna grow. You can't just apply for one thing and then hope it's gonna work out and wait and wait and wait. And then if you get rejected, you're super disappointed and you don't have anything else going on. You gotta plant seeds here and there and try a bunch of different stuff. Put yourself out there. Some of it is not gonna work out, but once in a while something will work out and then that will grow and it will flourish. And then it'll take you somewhere else. Also, when I look back at experiences I've had in my life where I really wanted something and then I was rejected, there's always something else that came along after that ended up being really amazing. So I now have that perspective to be able to say in the moment, when I do get rejected for things that I want, you know, there's probably something else that's gonna come along and it's gonna be even better than this, or at least better suited to me. I suppose it's like that old saying, when a door closes, a window opens. I mean, they say that for a reason, right? It's a saying for a reason. All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up there. There are some more questions, but I don't want this video to be super long. If you want a part 2, then leave me a comment. You could even leave me some questions that you want me to answer. While you're at it, make sure you like the video and subscribe to my channel. I will see you again soon, and I'll definitely see you on stream. So head over to Twitch and come join us. Bye. Bye.